Well, 2 years ago, the group Moms for Liberty was celebrating successes in winning school board races around the state. The group champions a version of parental rights that allows anyone to challenge and push for the removal of books from school libraries. They also accuse some teachers and librarians of what they call grooming school children. The founders of the group, two Floridians, Tiffany Justice of Indian River County and Tina Deskovich of Brevard County, ran into trouble when they were unable to tell 60 Minutes' Scott Pelley earlier this year what they meant by grooming.
What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm going to say that we'd have to see the exact tweet. Tiffany manages our Twitter account.
So we read more exact tweets from their account. This targets a librarian. You want to groom our children and we're supposed to give you love? Again, Justice and Deskovich went to their talking points.
I'm just asking, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by grooming?
Parents want to partner with their children's schools, but we do not co-parent with the government.
Grooming does not seem like a word that you want to take on.
You know, we did some polling and we really wanted to know, where are the American people on this issue of parental rights and what's happening in our schools?
Dodging questions like those was not an option back in Beaufort, South Carolina. Critics of the book ban said they knew what groomer meant, and they saw it as a threat to people of color and the LGBTQ community.
A sex scandal involving a Moms for Liberty school board member in Sarasota County further harmed the group's reputation. This year, around the state, Moms for Liberty candidates are taking a lower profile. But in Pinellas, there are 3 school board candidates who have been endorsed by the group: Danielle Maroff, Stacey Geyer, and Erica Picard. Governor DeSantis has embraced Moms for Liberty as the key political force in this election cycle. He's endorsed 23 school board candidates across the state who share his version of parental rights and his anti-woke agenda. Rosemary, this group did champion parental rights. It has a view on parental rights, but I'm wondering, were they the ones who enabled parents to have rights to challenge things in schools, or had parental rights already existed before they came along?
Without question. Parents have had a voice at school board meetings for a long time. What I want to say is, of the 23 school board candidates around the state that the governor has endorsed, 14 are incumbent school board members. 2 are in Hillsborough County and 2 are in Pinellas County. And in Pinellas, which is where I live, there are already 2 Moms for Liberty school board members, aligned school board members. On the August 20th primary, there are 3 races. Each has a Moms for Liberty candidate. And if they win, the board would be 5 Moms for Liberty against 2, 5-2. Now, as far as I can tell, the Moms for Liberty agenda is about banning books, prohibiting masks, limiting instruction on race, gender, and trying, at least in one case, to undo the referendum that boosts the salaries of teachers and students. Backing these candidates is this religious group that wants the school board to be all Christian. Also backing these candidates is this PAC led by Republican Florida House Speaker Paul Renner, who last week sent flyers to Pinellas voters that identified, in one case, the candidate as a Republican school board candidate. And now that's totally illegal. These are nonpartisan races. You're not allowed to identify as Republican, and you would think that he would know the law. Now the problem is that the candidates that they're targeting, Laura Hine is the school board chair. She's a Naval Academy graduate, deployed in the Middle East, ran the James Wild West Museum, founded a parental group that helped overwrite a troubled school. She's fabulous. The other incumbent they're targeting, Eileen Long, is a special ed teacher who has stood strong for students and teachers and parents and helped make the district an A-rated district. There's only one reason that the governor has targeted these incumbent candidates, and it's because he wants to be aligned with the political muscle of Moms for Liberty. It's like candidates be damned. I want to be strictly aligned with this group and its political muscle to ensure my future political success.
Daniel, I can see the value. I mean, parents always had this ability, but I can see a group coming forward to say, hey, you know, you have the right to challenge a book. But the question is, should parents be able to challenge a book and make it unavailable to all students? Or
No, absolutely not. If my child, if I feel strongly about it and I don't want my child to read a certain book, I have the right, I think, to say to the school, I don't want my child to read that book. And it may be for irrational reasons, but as a parent, I have that right. But you don't have the right to say, all you other kids don't have the right to read this book. It might actually be a pretty good book, you know, and you might want to actually read it, and it might help you. This whole issue dovetails into our previous issue, in that we have people running for school boards, we have governors promoting people who have no interest in education, no real interest. All they want to do is demagogue these issues, and it's a raw power grab, and I don't think Moms for Liberty gives a rat's patootie about the overall welfare and educational quality of our public schools. And we've seen government, we've seen Tallahassee chipping away at our public schools for decades now, with school vouchers or charter schools or what have you. And this is yet another assault on a cherished cornerstone of our society, which is a strong public education system.
And Joe, that's so true. We all want a strong public education system. Everybody says that. What's the best way to achieve it? I mean, is the best way to achieve it through what Moms for Liberty is doing? Or?
No. Best way to achieve it would be put Moms for Liberty out of business. But that is the most ironically named group that I can think of, because they are not they're for their liberty. Your liberty doesn't count. Are they for Muslims' liberty? No. Are they for people of color liberty? No. White evangelical. And that's all that need apply. And by their standards, they're going to look at one little snippet in a 200-page book and go, that's trash, throw it out.
Mm-hmm. And this is also intertwined somewhat with the growing Christian nationalist movement that's dominating Republican politics.
And let me just dovetail on that, and I know we got to rush, but as a Christian, and I am one, Moms for Liberty greatly offends me with what they're trying to do. They're wrong, and they should be stopped.